Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back to show off some more plunder that I have acquired here recently. Uh, got my order from Comatose Music, finally came in. Got an order that was part of a pre-order that didn't show up, so I had to wait for that. It's finally here. And got some stuff from Amazon I bought with some gift cards that I received for my birthday and everything, so got a lot to show you here. So the first CD, as I said, there was a album that I pre-ordered, and I went ahead and ordered this EP and a couple other little things with it, and it never showed up in the package, so I had to contact them. They sent out a package, and apparently UK mail lost it or something, so I contacted them again. They finally sent out another one, and it is here. Excuse me, it is here, and that is a Rock Goddess. It's more than rock and roll. Just a little 3-song EP, but of course, you know, the fact that these ladies are back together and making music, and they had a new album out, and I didn't realize they had a new EP. I wanted everything because I absolutely love Rock Goddess, and to finally have it is exciting, and it sounds really good. And I also got this little patch for a future vest, as well as a button with the album artwork for their latest album, which I definitely recommend you check out. Next up are a couple I got through Hell's Headbangers, a 2019 release plus a recent reissue. The 2019 release is the new Vargrov, Reign in Supreme Darkness. Absolutely love that cover. And I've only spun this once, but it is so freaking good. These guys know how to make symphonic black metal and make it sound so good without overusing the keyboards or anything like that. Definitely worth checking out, and I got a feeling this will probably end up being in my year-end list. And of course, the reissue is Regurgitation, Tales of Necrophilia. Comes in a little digibook here, really sick artwork. And only thing I hate about digibooks is, of course, they keep the discs in these little, like, cutouts inside, and I'm not a big fan of that, even though Hell's Headbangers usually does a pretty good job with making them loosen up that when you take the discs in and out, it's less likely to get scratched. But being that I'm such a stickler about that kind of stuff, I went ahead, as you can see, put them in my own little sleeves and just attached them to that. So yeah, really good stuff, definitely worth checking out. Next up is all the stuff from Amazon. Got the new Vader EP, Thy Messenger, really cool artwork. And I was really surprised I was actually able to get this, because it seems like every time Vader or any band seems to put out an EP, it's always so hard for me to get. But really good stuff, though. I'm still not sure why the second track on here is a re-recording of the song Litany. I mean, the album Litany is probably my favorite Vader, period. And the main reason for that is Doc's drumming and just the overall production of that album. This version is alright, but yeah, I kind of thought that was unnecessary. Next up, Abnormality, Sociopathic Constructs, their latest album. Really happy to finally get a copy of this. Yeah, Malika and company have just turned out another killer album. She sounds as great as she always does on anything I've ever heard her do vocal work for. So yeah, probably thinking about doing an album review for this one. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. This next one I'll probably get a little crap for, especially from my buddy Count Blaggereth. This band's recent album really kind of rekindled an interest in them because I thought it was so good. And I haven't heard this album, and I know the one that previous to this I was kind of disappointed with, so I ended up getting rid of it. But I don't know. I saw this for $7, and I thought, you know what the hell? And when I use a gift card for something, if I find something cheap like this, you know, if I end up not really liking it, I feel like that, you know, it's not that big of a loss for me because I didn't actually use my real money. But got Whitechapel, Mark of the Blade, and I gotta say, I like this a lot more than what I thought. And as you can see, I've actually still got the disc and the CD player in there. But yeah, I think their new album, The Valley, is a lot heavier and a lot better than this. But I actually really liked this. There was one song on here, though, track 4, Bring Me Home. There was a part in there that again, I think this was him talking about the death of his mother, and it just, I heard this lyrics, and I just like, damn, I mean, just like, it hits you right there, you know. It says, I'll live on and carry your name and be what you always thought I could be. I hope we meet at the end, but I'll never forgive the world for taking my best friend. It's like, shit. Hey, man, the guy knows how to write some pretty good lyrics, though. I gotta give him that. Plus, he's got a killer growl. Next up, got some more M Flames in the collection. Got Siren Charms. And I was actually just listening to this today. Really good album, I think. Definitely not, far from their best, but it was worth picking up, definitely. Got the new Veil of Nath EP, Accursed. Absolutely love that artwork. Really getting into Veil of Nath here. I needed to pick up some more, so I went ahead and picked up their latest EP. Haven't got a chance to spin it yet, but I definitely plan on here soon. Got the new Inanimate Existence, Clockwork. Really good technical death metal band. Have not listened to this one yet either, but really enjoyed everything else that I've heard from them. And this one, I honestly have never heard anything from this band. It was on my Amazon wish list for the longest time, and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go through either recommendations or the new release section. If I see something that interests me, like cover-wise or whatever, I add it to my wish list, and then I plan on going back later, checking it out, and a lot of times I end up forgetting, and this was one of those cases. But as I was going through my wish list after I got my gift cards, I saw this, and it had been marked down to $2. I was like, huh. Because they have what they call add-on items. You got to spend like $25 worth of stuff, and then you can add this on for $2. So essentially, I just paid $2 for this. This is Maliceptor, the Flesh Harvest. As I said, know nothing about this band. Never heard it. Put out through Amputated Vein Records, but for $2, it was worth checking out, I think. And lastly, all the Comatose stuff that I got. They had their May Massacre sale here recently. And of course, they always do it in the month of May, obviously, because it's called May Massacre. And of course, since my birthday is in May, I usually try to take advantage of this and consider it like a birthday gift to myself. So this time the deal had been extended. Buy 5, get 3 free. I mean, who can pass that up? So the freebies I'm going to show first, and it's kind of funny because these are both new 2019 releases put out through Comatose Music. I'm sure Steve really appreciates me picking these as my freebies, but yeah, this is Body Harvest with Parasitic Slavery. Really killer artwork, and listen to a track by these guys. Sounded really good, and I actually, once I got this, I've spun it at least once so far. Really solid death metal band. This band, I did not realize until after I got this that I actually got their other album for free in my force-fed order. But this is Depraved Murder with Manifestation. Again, really sick artwork, really cool logo. This is some Indonesian brutal death metal. Those guys just seem to like crank out all kinds of brutal death metal bands and albums. Like every time you turn around, especially if you go through the Force Fed website, lots of death metal from Indonesia there. Next up, Scaphism, Festering Human Remains. Really sick artwork. Really dig that logo. Listened to this on my way to work yesterday, and it is so freaking awesome. I was really surprised as I was listening to it because I didn't even really look at the track listing. That when it got to track 7, all of a sudden I hear C-3PO start talking, and it's his little speech from the Sarlacc pit from Return of the Jedi, talking about, you will learn a new definition of suffering as you're slowly digested in its belly over 1,000 years, and the song is called Slowly Digested Over 1,000 Years, so it's all about the Sarlacc pit and being inside the Sarlacc pit, so that automatically made that a favorite song of mine, and definitely an album worth checking out. Next up, Accursed Spawn, The Virulent Host, another sick death metal band. That cover, as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to check it out. Listened to a little bit of it on YouTube and was like, yep, that's something that I need to get. And really glad that I did. Next up is one that I tried to get one other time from a place, and it was one of those instances where my order was taking forever to get here, and then finally when I got a hold of the guy to get my stuff sent to me, he ended up having to refund me part of my money because part of my order was not in stock, and this happened to be one of them that I didn't get, but now I have it. This is Rottenness with, and I'm totally going to butcher this title, Die Weg der Lust. Really sick artwork there, and Funnily enough, I found out about this band from a YouTube channel that the guy only put out 3 videos that I was actually interested in. And it was all him unboxing orders that he had picked up. And I saw this album in there, and I always wanted to pick it up after I checked it out, but just never got around to it until I tried that one time, and then I got pretty much screwed out of it. But now I have it, so I'm happy. Next is another one that saw this on Gorehouse Productions site all the time, and always wanted to kind of pick it up, but I never did until I saw it on Comatose for like, I think, $10. So I was like, yeah, why not? This is Click Gore, The Final Cunt Down. Really killer death metal here, and I believe, if I am not mistaken, the main vocalist is a woman, which is always cool in my book. Shows her actually, it says bass, but if you look on the Metal Archives, I'm pretty sure it says she does vocals as well, so very cool stuff. Next is another band that I actually got one of their albums through Force Fed, so I saw this on there and wanted to pick it up. That is Sickening with The Beyond. Again, really killer artwork right there. Really solid death metal put out through Amputated Vein. Definitely worth checking out, in my opinion. And lastly, this is one that I thought, since I needed a third freebie, and I just now realized this was the other freebie, so I should have shown that first when I was showing these. Saw that they had 2 albums by this band. I decided to listen to a song off of this particular one, because I think the artwork kind of spoke to me a little bit more. And really liked it, so I was like, I'll throw that in the free pile. This is Birth Through Gore, Reign of Depravity. Again, really cool artwork. Really solid, brutal death metal here. And I love the disc artwork there with the skeleton and everything. So yeah, that is going to do it. Got a lot of cool stuff here. I've still got money on my gift cards through Amazon, so I'm kind of holding on to that until I find something I really want, or something pops up that's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll check that out, or I'll get that. So yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing, and until next time, stay brutal.